Today's topic is MIA by law. On professional ethics, conduct and practice. Will be presented by Group B3.
There are 4 types of fundamental principles and conceptual frameworks such as integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, and confidentiality.
Integrity. 1. Obligation to be straightforward and honest in all professional and business relationship. 2. Fair dealing and truthfulness. 3. Not associated with reports, returns, communication or information that A. Contains a materially false or misleading statement. B. Contains statements or information furnished recklessly. C. Omits or obscures information required to be included where such omission or obscurity would be misleading. Objectivity. Professional accountant must not to be bias, conflict of interest, or the undue influence of others. Professional competence and due care. 1. To maintain knowledge and skill. 2. To act diligently in accordance with applicable technical and professional standard when performing professional activities or providing professional services. Confidentiality. Professional accountants are refrained from 1. Disclosing confidential information without proper and specific authority. 2. Using confidential information acquired to their personal advantage or third parties. Circumstances required to disclose confidential information are such as A. Disclosure is permitted by law and authorized by client or employer. B. Disclosure is required by law. C. There is professional duty, right to disclose, when not prohibited by law. In Section 150 there are 2 types of professional behavior. First, Section 150.1 Professional behavior. Professional accountants must comply with relevant laws and regulations and avoid any action that they knows or should know may discredit the profession. Second, Section 150.2 Advertising, marketing, and promotions. Professional accountants shall not bring the profession into disgrace and ensure that such advertisement, marketing or promotions is professionally dignified and in good taste and conduct in accordance with relevant laws and regulations. There are 4 types of interest in Section 100.8 Threats and safeguards. First, self-interest threat. Financial or other interests that inappropriately influence the professional accountant's judgment or behavior. Second, self-review threat. A professional accountant will not appropriately evaluate the results of a previous judgment made or service performed. Third, advocacy threat. A client's or employer's position is promoted by a professional accountant to the point that the accountant's objectivity is compromised. Fourth, familiarity threat. A professional accountant will be too sympathetic a client or employer's interest or too accepting of their work due to a long or close relationship with them. Fifth, intimidation threat. A professional accountant will be deterred from acting objectively because of actual or perceived safeguards. Safeguards are actions or other measure that eliminate threats or reduce them to an acceptable level. A. Safeguards created by the profession, legislation or regulation include educational, training and experience requirements, continuing professional development requirements, professional standards, professional or regulatory monitoring and disciplinary procedures, external review by legally empowered third party of the reports, returns, communication or information provided. B. Safeguards in the work environment, method of practice. Member in public practice is not allowed to 1. Use a trade or association name which to practice the professional. 2. Allowed to practice as a chartered accountant except A. In his own name. B. In the name of his CA partner. C. In the name of firm form at the time of the coming into operation of the Act. 3. Use the name of the firm as it would bring the profession into disrepute if the organization conduct business that is not suitable to public practice. 4. Report or express opinion on financial statement if not member of the firm. Audit fees. A professional accountant is entitled to remuneration for work performed and responsibility assumed. Audit fees charged by members should be based on the value of work performed for the client such as skill and knowledge, level of training and experience, time necessarily spent engaged on the work. When entering into negotiations regarding professional service, a professional accountant may quote any fee deemed appropriate. Commission. Should not receive any commission from third party which involves their duty to their client. Should not pay commission to third party as this will considered as unethical behavior. Referral. Service of auditor with special skill which is hired by a client with recommendations or referral of current auditor of a client. A professional accountant in public practice may receive a referral fee relating to a client. The info must be kept between them in public practice to safeguards the information. Independence. This section aims to guide firms and members of audit in applying the conceptual framework applied to achieve independence. It comprises of I. Independence of mind. The state of mind allows the expression of an auditor without being affected by influences that compromise professional judgment, therefore it enables an individual to act with integrity, and exercise objectivity and professional uncertainty. 2. Independence in appearance. The prevention of facts and circumstances that are significant for a reasonable and informed third party would likely to be conclude that a firm's or member of the audit firm, integrity, objectivity or professional skepticism has been compromised. Standards on auditing. Auditing standards represent a classification of the practices in the field of auditing as well as being the benchmark for auditors in performing their duties. These standards contain guidelines on their daily professional duty. There are 2 standards on auditing. First, International Standards on Auditing. It is a standard professionalized for the presentation of financial information. These standards are issued by International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, and International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, ISP. Their objective is to improve the point of standardization of auditing practices and related services. Second, Malaysian Approved Standards on Auditing. This standard is issued by the MIA to state the standards of auditing and complement auditing practices in Malaysia. It is also to set a standard to enable an auditor to form his/her opinion based on their judgments of the financial statement that will be audited. This standard ensures that the auditors planned and performed the audit with professionalism,